Welcome everyone to theScore Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Boone, and today's episode is presented by Subway, who now deliver so you can get back to the game. Or, in my case today, they bring you the food so that you can record the Week 1 podcast. Super exciting. Big thanks to Subway for that. And that's the plan today. We're going to go over the most important questions facing fantasy managers as we head into Week 1. And I got to be honest, I am absolutely spoiled. Subway provided the food, and I also have another great guest joining me this week. It's Jeff Radcliffe of Pro Football Focus. We had him on last season. He absolutely crushed it. We're excited to have him back. You should be following him on Twitter already. If you're not, he's at Jeff Radcliffe. Jeff, appreciate you carving some time out for us, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Hard to believe we're back around again, but football season is here.
And the biggest news this week is where we have to start. It actually came down very early this morning after keeping fantasy owners in limbo pretty much the entire month of August here. Ezekiel Elliott signs a new deal. He's back with the team. For fantasy, we really don't need to debate the contract. Is it too much to pay a running back? All that sort of stuff, because that really doesn't matter. What fantasy managers need to know is how to approach Zeke in what's a pretty juicy Week 1 matchup against the Giants. Now, reports came out after he signed that the plan is to give him 20 to 25 reps on Sunday, which, if we assume reps means snaps, and I think we have to, that's a pretty low number. It might make sense. It might be a smart thing to do, but I wouldn't be shocked if he gets out there, if he's in shape and there's no issues, he's feeling good. A bigger workload is probably going to come for him this week. What's your take, Jeff, on Zeke for Week 1?
Well, I hope he's in shape with all that time down there in Cabo, but honestly, even if it's 20 to 25 reps, I love that they use the word reps.
I know.
If it's 20 to 25 snaps, let's put it that way, he could still touch the ball 18 times. Like, Zeke could be out there for 23 snaps and legit get like 15 carries and 3 catches. Like, I'm not worried about it. I think it's an interesting, just maybe subplot a little bit, but if you drafted Ezekiel Elliott, you're not even thinking twice about this. You mentioned this matchup, this early stretch for the Cowboys you have to like a lot just in general, but this matchup is so good. The only situation where you would bench him is if you had some combination of Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, and Christian McCaffrey, which I don't think you have any problems anyway at that point, but those are the only 3 guys who I have ranked ahead of him right now.
Yeah, and I put my first rankings out yesterday, so before he signed, but I had him right up there in the top 5. I think you have to. And like you said, even if he doesn't get a ton of touches, he could get goal line work. He could score touchdowns. There's just no way. After going through all of this, there's absolutely no way that you can have him on your bench in Week 1. And even Tony Pollard owners, I think, have to agree that it's better for the NFL, it is better for fantasy that Zeke is going to be on the field, so we are glad to have him back.
It's also better for the team, by the way, because Ezekiel Elliott is a much better pass blocker than Tony Pollard. We often see that with these rookies coming into the NFL. They struggle in that area, whereas Zeke is pretty solid. Even go back to his college days, he was underrated in that part of his game. So this is just a big boost for the entire offense.
Said leave on time, my baby said leave on time.